dark vertical black stripes. Here's one of our sharks. This is a sand tiger shark. Look at those teeth. He looks pretty ferocious to me. Actually, sand tiger sharks, they're a little more on the docile side. Not that we're going to go pet our sharks, but they're docile, more docile certainly than a great white or a hammerhead or any of those types of sharks. Unusual thing about the sand tiger shark, and you're kind of lucky to see this, you may see them go up to the surface and get some air, get a gulp of air. They're not breathing that air, they actually use it to maintain their buoyancy, how they're floating around in the water. I've only seen it once, and I've been here since the aquarium opened, so very unusual, but you may see it. So that's the sand tiger shark. There's another species of shark swimming towards the back there. There's two of them there. It's got the black tip on their dorsal fin. That's the fin sticking up on top. Those are black tip reef sharks. That's about as big as they get. They don't get too big. Speaking of sharks, if you have any Shark Week fans, as you know, Shark Week is coming up on the Discovery Channel. If you look back in the center there on the ground by the rocks there, you'll see looks like a silver globe, a round ball back there. That is a 360-degree camera. And I don't think it's on yet, but if you go to the Discovery Channel website, we're going to have a camera view that you'll be able to see. And at various times, you're going to see shark feedings. Supposedly some of our divers are going to be able to hook up to a microphone and chat with you, or at least talk to you, give you a narrative and stuff like that. So that dome is all set for Shark Week, which I believe starts next week. Here's our sand tiger shark. By the way, this is a male sand tiger shark. And with sharks and rays, the way you can tell the males, look at the pelvic region, the lower belly, in the back there. You see two sausage-like appendages. Those are called claspers. Those are the male reproductive organs on sharks and rays. So you can press your friends and say, no, that's a male shark. I know it. Okay, up at the top there, you see a couple of our manta rays. We have 4 manta rays, 3 females, 1 male. And our largest manta ray, who's over here doing some flips, it looks like, we're getting ready to. Her wingspan, about 12 feet across. They can get up to 24-foot wingspan. Now, manta rays are not stingrays. They do not have stinger barbs on their tails. Look all you want, you will not find them. But if you look on our other stingrays, like this one coming up here on the bottom left, you look closely on this guy, this is a southern stingray, you may see their barb. They do have their barbs on them. And you can see the jack is kind of hitching a ride. It's kind of like the whale shark. Now that ray is not that big compared to the whale shark, but sometimes you see the jack swimming above the rays, kind of drafting off of them as well. Here comes another one of our manta rays. Now you look at those, looks like arms or fins out front. Those are called cephalic lobes. And they're like arms. And they can move them around, they can tuck them in. Oh, they are doing a feeding. See that red bucket up at the top of the water? They're going to feed the manta ray. I'm sorry I don't have the overhead camera ready for you. It's not a scheduled feeding. Let me see, keep an eye on her. She might come back around. It looks like they're going to feed one of our manta rays here. In that bucket, if you can see that red bucket at the top center of the water, see all the fish swimming around? They know it. There's some krill in there. It's a small shrimp-like animal, and that's what we feed our manta rays. The manta rays, like our whale sharks, are what we call filter feeders. And they take in large amounts of water with this krill in it. They filter it out, swallow it, and the remaining water goes out their gills. I see the bucket sitting up there, but I don't see the manta ray coming back, so we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, if we look up to the top left, we see another one of our sharks. It's got the long tail, some spots. That's actually a zebra shark. Even though it's got spots, it's a zebra shark. Why is that? There you go, it's coming back into view. The zebra shark, when they're first born, they do have stripes. And as it gets older, the stripes dissipate and turn into spots. And if we look at that zebra shark, we can see it's a male zebra shark. You can see the claspers in the pelvic region. The zebra shark has successfully reproduced here at Ocean Voyager, by the way, numerous times. Now we have 2 types of groupers. We have the giant grouper and we have the potato smaller than our giant grouper. And you can see it's got those black spots. Think of it as like the eyes on a potato. That's how you remember that. That's the potato grouper. Every once in a while, you'll see our manta rays. You can see on the left, they do these back flips. That's a feeding. We believe that's a feeding behavior of the manta rays. When they sense there's food in the water, we did feed our whale sharks a little while ago, so some of the krill may be still in the water. They start doing these barrel rolls, these back flips. That kind of creates a funnel effect. Again, big filter feeders, so they'll take in water, filter it out, swallow the food, and the remaining water will pass out their gills on the bottom. That's a characteristic of rays. Their mouth and gills are on the bottom. So some of these animals you see swimming around, I'll try to point them out as they come into view here, they look a lot like sharks. And sharks and rays are closely related, but if you drill down further, you have sharks and you have rays. A characteristic of a ray is the mouth and gills on the bottom side. In fact, if you look on the floor over there off to the right side, looks like a shark sitting on the bottom there. That's actually a giant guitar fish. And we can't tell from here, but if that guitar fish were swimming up by the window here, we would see the mouth and gills on the bottom side. That is actually a ray. There's another view again of one of our zebra sharks swimming by here. Okay, coming at us. This one will be easy for everybody to pick out. Look at the nose of this fish. What's that look like? Saw. Is that a shark or a ray? I hear a ray. That's the right answer. See the mouth and gills are on the bottom side? Looks like a shark, I know. But it's really a ray. And that's a male ray. See the two claspers in the back? So the sawfish, it's got that big nose, looks like a saw. It's sharp like a saw. Those teeth are very sharp. They can use it as a defensive weapon. Manta ray jump to the beach. Cool. So the sawfish can use, talking about the saw, they can use it as a defensive weapon. They can also use it to hunt fish. You might see them swimming in a school of fish. They start thrashing it around, they're going to spear some fish. Now, an interesting thing about, let me point out the sharks. These two sharks here, those are sandbar sharks. They have a very tall dorsal fin. Again, that's the fin that sticks up on top. Sandbar sharks. And we got this same tiger shark swimming off to the left. So we're talking about sawfish. Mentioned its nose, very sharp. But guess what? Mama sawfish gives live birth. Think about that. She gives live birth, but so the babies, they got this saw thing going on. How does that happen? How does mom survive not getting all cut up? Well, what happens is the pups, the baby sharks, when they're born, that nose is actually back over their head, kind of like an elephant trunk. It's very soft. So it's back over their head, gives birth to the baby sharks, and then that nose straightens out and hardens into place. So that's how mom survives giving birth, live birth, to baby sawfish. Okay, here comes our sandbar shark coming in from the right-hand side. Once again, see how tall that dorsal fin is? The fin on top? That's how you can pick those guys out. Now, on your way out, I'm going to tell you about a shark that you don't get to see too often. You'll see that grouper sitting there at the far corner of the window. Right below him in the rocks there, there's another shark just laying on the rocks. It's called a woebegone. You may have seen them on your dive charts, or maybe the dive charts. It's a brown, kind of speckled shark. And they're night hunters, they're night predators. You don't see them out much during the day, but they seem to like resting over there. So on your way out, if you want to check it out, that's a woebegone shark. They have also reproduced here at Ocean Voyager. Here's one of our male whale sharks. Again, we can see the claspers in the back, so we know that is a male whale shark. Now, I got questions about his skin. See the fin closest to us? Looks like it's got something growing on there. It's like a callus, like you get on your toes or your hands. You can see how close they swim up to the window. Well, swimming continuously close, bumping up against the window there, or even along the rocks, he's got a little callus action going on his left flipper there. Okay, looks like that wraps things up for us for right now. One thing I want a reminder for everybody, I would like to remind everybody, With your admission today, you got free tickets to the AT&T Dolphin Tail Dolphin Show. The next show is at 1:30. You do need a time-stamped ticket to go to the Dolphin Show. Now, I understand the 1:30 show is already full, so if you have tickets for that show, you're good to go. The next show after that is 3:30 and 5:30, okay? So if you don't have, you can still go to one.